Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
All right, welcome to a Friday night pajama party. We're here and we're all back in the studio. I'm Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
You know your glasses missing, did you? Anyway.
Really?
All right. How's everybody doing?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
Good.
A lot of news, a lot of things going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of unfortunate news. A lot of same as usual news.
And insane news. That's true.
Yeah. I haven't found a replacement yet for Redwine or Ketel, so
he's on the kiss it list.
we're working with what we got right now.
Yeah.
Until we
start that kiss it list.
I put a sign up on the billboard at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can get some interested people to come in and.
Well, damn, we cheap or something?
Yeah,
Why
well,
you put it in Walmart?
Well, you know.
Put on the Hollywood sign.
Not paying him a lick of money.
Walmart, that's my people.
Anyway, let's talk about the rundown. What do we have on tap for tonight, Ketel?
All right.
Tasty, huh?
Yeah, I like that.
All right. Tastes like candy.
Cocktails going tonight.
Martell.
We got a surprise cocktail tonight, so we'll get into that. Our hot topics tonight: how the Florida school shooting conspiracies sprouted and spread. Florida school's armed officer did nothing during shooting. Sweeping potential NCAA violations involving high-profile players in schools. Hidden and quitted headlines. Prince George's officer killed protecting women in domestic disputes. Who is still standing with the NRA and who jumped ship? And also, is arming teachers the answer? Poppa DD, what's popping with Poppa DD? Got a surprise for us tonight. Our Black History moment is still February. Meet Melissa Harville LeBron. Our weird news: KFC apologizes for chicken shortage with hidden message. Really? Also, 90-year-old gets caught with prostitute and basically DGAF. And also, German police rescue men tangled up with mannequin and toy car. Okay. I'm just saying, with Redwine, can a customer get some service? Living for the city with Poppa DD. Got more surprises for us tonight. I can't wait. My Hollywood wrap-up, I want to talk about the movie Shape of Water. R. Kelly's back in the news. Sidney Poitier. Hot Cheetos. That's an interesting story. Nanette Fabre and Billy Graham. Our cocktail of the week, we're sipping on it tonight. It's called with the Pink Lemonade Surprise. And our kissing list and the last word. Sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be right back with the hot topic.
This is the Pajama Party coming to you live. What's on your mind? Call us on 914-803-4306. Got an opinion or just want to say hello to the crew? Hello! You know what to do. Call 914-803-4306. If you just want to listen to the show online, go to www.apajamaparty.com and click the banner in the upper right corner. But if you want to talk to the crew, you need to call us on 914-803-4306 and press 1. We'll get to your call as soon as possible. It's nothing but fun and a pillow fight every Friday night at the Pajama Party. And remember, PJs only, no clothes allowed. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Bartender, another round for the house. Thank you, darling.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel and Redwine.
Hello.
Come fly.
It's Friday night,
Mhm.
and just showing the gizmo I had of a pop-up shot glass, a little novelty item. You pull it up and you use
I don't think they can see it.
No, I don't think so.
Well, you pull it up. It's layered. You pour your liquor in there. You pour in your drink, and when you're done, you wash it and then you slap it down and get rid of it. You put the cap back on, and
Slap it down. Sounds like a great idea.
And he wants to get rid of us?
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
I'm trying to find things to fill in the slots with, so when I got this vacancy here,
Woo.
I can.
Alrighty.
Anyway.
Okay, well, let's get into it. Got a lot of stuff going on this week. Wow, it was hard to narrow it down, but we're going to talk about a couple of things in the hot topics.
And tonight we're definitely going to discuss things as well. We'll bring you, I guess, shorter topics to elaborate on more, because a lot of these stories really could use some good elaboration, because there's so many conspiracy theories and things. Oh, my God. Anyway, who has the first story?
I guess I think I'm on.
Let's go for it.
So how the Florida school shooting conspiracy sprouted and spread it. It goes on to say conspiracy theories after mass shootings follow a familiar thread, and a Florida school shooting is no exception. They originated in the dark corners of the internet and migrate onto social media platforms like Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Isn't that fake news or whatever, so to speak? Less than an hour after the shooting at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland in February, Twitter accounts were claiming that witnesses were crisis actors.
Oh,
Really?
my goodness.
Come on now. And it says the term refers to people who are paid to play disaster victims in emergency drills. So more recently, though, the phrase has been co-opted by conspiracy theorists who claim mass shootings are events staged to achieve a political goal. Really? I mean, how can you read so much into something that's actually happening? Really? Okay.
These people got a lot of stuff going on, but go ahead.
They got too much. A CNN investigation counted at least 121 times that school shooting survivor David Hodge was mentioned on the dark web abroad. Conspiracy theorists appear to be focusing on Hodge and his fellow students because they had been so outspoken about gun safety issues since the shooting. So some claim that Hodge and his classmates are simply too skilled as public speakers not to be paid actors. Oh, my God.
So because they sound too intelligent, they can't be real.
Oh, my God. Are you serious? One such post included a link to a mugshot of another person named David Hodge, falsely claiming he played a role as a crisis actor during the shooting. And then a viral tweet from a now suspended Twitter account falsely claimed Hodge attended Redondo Shores High School in California, and that he graduated in 2015.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm like, are you serious? You guys are putting this stuff that's not real out there. So once the real fake news is out there, it gets passed around, reposted, and retweeted almost as fast as the speed of light. That is how untruths are so easily circulated. And that's sad, because this is real-life stuff, and it's happening.
But see, this all stems back to that whole thing you keep hearing about these Russian bots. And all of this stuff where this Russian, whoever he is, that oligarchy that they keep talking about, they call him the chef. He's the one who has this area set up where these people sit up in this room with these computers and they just create all these false accounts and they try to control what's happening here in America. So as soon as that came out, they figured, okay, who can we target? This guy is so well-spoken, let's say he's an actor. So they start pumping that out across all these Twitter accounts and social media accounts. They're taking his picture and then putting it on, I read something where they had something posted talking about, what's that, class reunion, classmate, class.com, one of those sites where you look up stuff for like class reunions and stuff. They had a fake posting with his picture from some other year, some other school, trying to say, look, this guy doesn't even go to that school. He went somewhere else. And that got reposted and retweeted like thousands and thousands of times because they pumped that mess out. And that's just one example of the stuff that they do to keep the fake stuff going.
Wow, it's crazy. I mean, what is the purpose of it?
To control what's going on here, to control the, I guess you would say, the way people think. Look how they control the election.
Yeah.
They put out all that stuff about Hillary's doing this, Hillary's doing that, Obama's not even an American citizen, and all this kind of stuff. And they put that stuff out there, and people who don't pay attention to where is this coming from, they see it and go, oh, wow, did you see this news article? Because they make that stuff, some of that stuff looks so real, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You see news articles that have, all this stuff and ads and everything. It looks like a real news article.
But that's why you have to check about 3 or 4 sources.
Exactly.
Because if they're not saying the same thing, there's something wrong. I mean, because it goes back to the different posts where they said so many people who had died, like Eddie Murphy. That's a running joke now, and that's sad. That you can say,
Exactly.
You should be able to get people from defamation. Matter of fact, Jennifer Aniston just came out and they said that she was pregnant. And she lashed back at, I think it was People or, one of those tabloid books, and she lashed back. So I think she's in court now trying to sue them. I'm like, really?
It never stops.
No. What's your opinion, Papa? You too quiet tonight. You all right? We're going to get deep. Do we need a disclaimer?
No, I think that I don't know if it's from within, because in order for you to infiltrate something, you have to infiltrate something. Or let me say, in order for you to exploit something, you have to infiltrate. You have to be able to get in there in order to do something with it. And it's almost to the point where whenever somebody starts to see goodness being portrayed too good, something's got to go in and slow it down, because it puts... I think that somebody's designed to keep chaos going on in this world. But see, chaos is often done as a distraction. They bring chaos so they could be somewhere else, tickling some other fancy somewhere else. And I think that the Russians or whoever is distracting America with some crap on the surface, but they're like just ripping us off internally. I mean, they poked a hole in our ass, and they're pumping milk out of us like a she cow. And it's crazy. And we're just like, we're falling for it. And every time something comes up, and the situation with the school thing, the thing that's amazing, all the naysayers with that, is that they just cannot believe how intellectual these kids are, because I think some of the people that are into all this scheming stuff and misering stuff and right-wing stuff, they're only in their low 20s, early 30s. And they're freaked out and kind of embarrassed, because these kids are really speaking, especially the young girl at the podium with the real short hair.
Oh,
man,
awesome.
I saw her future in front of me, saying, "Wow, this girl's going to be amazing in 5 years," because she spoke so vehemently strong. And it makes the people that are all the right-wing jokers in their 30s that are supposed to be the head spinners, they're embarrassed.
That's what it is.
They're embarrassed because there's a 16-year-old girl speaking strong, so they need to throw something in there to slow them down. Who they think they are? We're the ones with the voice.
Right.
So I think the jealousy is there. So they're trying to knock them down, because these kids are really speaking amazing, and they're trying to knock them down too inadvertently, because those kids in 4 years are going to be eligible to vote. 3 years they'll be voting. And they got that kind of negative aspect on there, they're going to run whoever's in office out of town.
So they're trying to shut them down.
Trying to shut them down before they go growth. Right now it's like a little plant where you just see the little spud coming out of the dirt, and they're just taking their snip. They're trying to snip off the spud before it turns into a little root. So
I applaud them.
Yeah.
Because you're right, it is a distraction. Because as soon as those fake stories start coming up about this young man, that he's not really a student, he's a paid actor and all that stuff.
And they get inside his head.
Now he spent time, and other people spent time investigating trying to prove that he is, in fact, a student and that he is who he said he was. So instead of them focusing their energy on doing what their mission was supposed to be, now they're wasting their time on bull crap.
But who are the people that are saying he's not? Who are they to say that he's not who he is? Who are they? How do you just come in and like?
But that's what they do. These Russian bots. They put that stuff out, and then it gets tweeted, retweeted, and reposted 300,000 times. And before you know it, this stuff is all over the place, coast to coast.
Well, that's because
and now people are saying, well, wait a minute. These kids are saying this and saying that. I heard that one of them was an actor. Maybe it's more. I heard it was 5 of them that were paid actors. You know, I go back to when Trump was running for president, and they were talking about he had paid paid, what do you call it, actors that were applauding and stuff,
the
crowd,
that guy in the back,
and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we still don't know whether that was a true story.
Saying blacks for Trump.
Yeah. We don't know if that was
really
true, that these people were paid, or we don't know. But the point is, once that stuff gets out there, you get distracted by it.
That's true. And they follow him.
Yeah, and then for this guy to have this dark complexion, like he was Indian, and then to insult the whole, I guess they do that to get a rise out of you blacks for Trump. I'm like, wait a minute, man. Who are you talking?
What blacks are you talking?
Yeah, what blacks are you talking to?
Yeah,
why
I didn't attend that meeting, and
why does he act like? See, when you like that too, another thing that comes on that is the fact that people have to understand that black is not a, black is definitely not a color. It's an entity. It's a, like SOS Band said, we're a sound machine. Black is like it's a medium. It's got nothing to do with color. Because I know some of the lightest complected brothers with green eyes. They got more blackness in them than you can imagine than what they consider black being related to,
Put the peace and soul sign up in a minute, huh?
Oh, my goodness.
And know more about your ethnic stuff, background, history, and whatnot than
Lena Horne, a lot of them. Very fair-skinned. Anyway.
Well, while we're on the topic of Florida, I guess everybody heard about this officer who was supposed to be there to defend the kids when the shooting broke out.
He mustn't have a gun or something.
He did have a gun. But they're saying now that he basically found a position where he could hide, and that's where he was.
He must have been retired or something. He said, I'm not.
He's resigned now. But the sheriff who was speaking said that this officer waited outside for up to 4 minutes while the gunman was in there killing people.
Well, he was scared. He didn't want to go in there and he gets shot up, I guess.
It does make you wonder, though, what is the protocol for something like that? Aren't you supposed to get back up or what? I mean, are you supposed to really just walk into an active shooting when you're by yourself, you have no backup? What do? You just radio and say there's an active shooter, I'm going in?
There should be some type of protocol.
You would think.
Yeah. So he just laid low until first responders
came. I guess
came.
Until other people came. He was the first responder, but he didn't go. So this guy, the officer's name is Scott Peterson. He did not go in. He took up a position, like I said, on the west side of Building 12, which is where most of all of the killing happened. And as a consequence, now he has resigned from the department. At first, he was suspended, but then after he got suspended, I guess he said, "Look, I just resigned."
So he was an actual police officer.
Yeah. He was the police officer assigned to that school.
Okay.
Like a resource police officer or something like that.
Right.
So, and the sheriff and the police department has looked at the video of everything that went down, but they're saying that they probably will not release that to the public, which I can understand.
Yeah. Okay. He was just.
So
he was scared.
But what's interesting is, on top of all of this, they're saying that years before, the guy who did all the shooting, Cruz, years before, he had targeted a former high school in Parkland. The sheriff's office received 23 calls related to him or his brother. And this was some years before. Some of the calls pointed to his potential for violence. which made the sheriff's law enforcement agency acknowledge that they might have missed some warning signs. And the FBI said that they failed to act on information about Cruz prior to the shooting. So now, between the FBI, the sheriff's office, they're both saying, yeah, we failed to act. We could have done something more, or we should have done more when we got information in years before about, information about Cruz and his, I don't know, something about him and his guns and saying things that he wanted to do or harm people or things of this nature.
Does it say what county this was?
Wasn't that in Broward County? I'm not positive, but I want to say it was in Broward County.
Here we go again. Is there some type of system or protocol or something that you're supposed to do? I mean, come on now, people.
I don't know.
It's just like people just sitting on their AWS ain't doing jack. They
Well,
passing the buck.
I mean, Trump is saying things like the guy, the sheriff. I mean, the officer who did not, jump up and do something. Trump has called him a coward, and other people are saying things like that. But I mean, at first, that was my initial reaction. Was like, wow, he didn't do his job. He let everybody down. But when you really start to think about it, I'm starting to wonder now. Like I said, what is the protocol for that? If you are the only officer there, there's automatic gunfire going on.
Right, you should call for backup.
And I'm assuming, I don't know what kind of service revolver do they have. I assume it's not something automatic. And even if it was, what's he going to do without any backup? You can't even tell somebody, I'm going in, cover me.
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
That's scary.
So, by the same token, the gym teacher jumped into action, threw himself in the way, ended up being killed, but he saved some lives. Where this officer was outside saying, I'm not going in there.
I guess it depends on the individual, You have to be compassionate with the type of work that you do. I'm not going to risk my life, Maybe he had 4 or 5 kids or something. I don't know.
Trump also, you know how Trump is. Once he starts talking, he doesn't stop.
Right.
Trump said he didn't love the children. Probably didn't know them.
Oh.
That's what he said.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you don't know anything to that effect. Why would you even open your mouth?
His own opinion.
Yeah.
Shut up. Just keep it to himself.
I'm like, it was bad enough you called the man a coward. You're the president of the United States. Why are you calling people names?
Right. Yeah.
But then to say he obviously didn't love the children, probably didn't even know them.
He'll probably come out and write a book and talk about, his situation or whatever. Everybody has a different situation. You don't know what that man's situation was.
So, Poppa DD, I'm going to ask you, do you think the officer was wrong to not go in?
No, not at all. Not at all. That was a raw environment. That stuff was just happening. That's the problem with these schools is these schools have 15, 20 entrances and exits. And these kids can. Which was when they were built, they weren't designed for all this, negativity and craziness. So they wanted when it came to fire drills and all that, they want to open up enough doors to get everybody out on time and all that. I understand that. But that guy was able to do his business, and then he got out and went back into
the crowd,
into not only the crowd but back into, and he distracted things with a fire alarm. I mean, it could have been any, that was just everybody who sits back Monday morning quarterbacking, that's so unbelievable because who are you? If your name isn't Wyatt Earp, then you really can't be doing no talking, a Gunsmoke or whoever. If you're a better shot, then you should have been there yourself. But how can you fault this man for making the decision of saying, first of all, the man he's hearing a shotgun blast.
Right.
A shotgun blast ain't got to be, you ain't got to be up on somebody. He had a pistol. A pistol can't go up against a shotgun. I mean, you kidding me? When you shoot a pistol, you're aiming at somebody. With a shotgun, you just pull the trigger in that direction, and you're going to cause ruckus and things like that. So, I mean, the guy just, But then what? I guess they looked at all the video and saw him in a certain area, and somebody said, "Oh, look at him right there." All right. Well, what else did y'all see on the video? You know, why are you dictating that particular move when they should have left that alone? They should have talked to that guy in private about that and found out his thing. But no, everybody wants a money quarterback, and nobody wants to blame the stick to them. So therefore, everybody wants to throw whatever blame. Even the police chief, who was saying the guy didn't go in, he done nothing. I mean, come on, chief, would you have gone in there? And the chief is 20 years older than this guy. You know, so it was just.
When you hear them tell it, they make it sound like they would have just blindly rushed in.
Yeah, sure they would have. Sure, everybody can say what they would have do as long as they didn't have to do it. You know,
when you're not in that situation.
Yeah, he was seeing it raw. And you don't know where them bullets is coming from and what's happening with that, and you know, I mean, the only thing I can say with that guy is that he did know that if he was there for a while and knew the school, that he knew the terrain of the school. He could have gave, if he didn't go in, he should have been on the phone directing people completely to where to go and what to do. He should have been the eyes and the ears.
He could have just froze. You know?
That's true.
Especially if you know what type of gun is being
Nobody
fired.
never knew. Nobody knew what you gonna do when you hear some adverse stuff. You know.
So he'll come out and write his book. You know.
Yeah.
We'll hear about it later.
You can't fault
okay.
him.
Well, let's get this last hot topic, and then we'll.
Okay, well, people might want to call in. Let's give them a number.
Thank you.
All right. If anybody want to hit us up tonight, hit us up at 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 to get in the queue.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Was the officer right?
Oh.
Stay outside? Was he wrong? Tell us what you think. All right, what you got for us, Poppa DD?
I got this sweeping potential NCAA violations involving high-profile players in schools. You know, this is getting ugly because not ugly, but it's getting to the point where you'll start to see that NCAA basketball with this March Madness that has all these teams playing in March, and it breaks down to a big 2 different divisions, and then they all meet at the end.
With the brackets?
With the brackets. This stuff is worth billions and billions of dollars. So what's happening now is that someone's saying that that some of your higher echelon players are getting thrown some dough undercover, you know. And the NCAA is complaining about it, but they want the federal government to get in there. But the federal government is saying that we have nothing to do with NCAA rules. Whether they all paying the players or not, it has nothing to do with us. You know, how you going to tell the federal government to come in, the federal agents to come in and crack down on that when that's a rule that you guys set forth, you know, as far as not paying the people. And there are people now that have graduated from college, if they made the NBA or not, and they're on a real troll to get people paid in the NCAA because, man, when you get done with that whole March Madness thing, there's over $10 billion made in 1 month.
Wow,
and everybody is saying, like, they're paying the coaches millions, the coaches' assistants, all the little things, all the hoopla and the whatever is anything, you know, the band is playing and the cheerleaders are jumping and everybody is just like, it's almost like a plantation of slaves. Everybody's getting paid except the actual people that's bringing the money in. And it's getting bigger and bigger every year, billions and billions of dollars. And then ESPN pays the NCAA for rights to the different games. So they're getting more money from ESPN as well as ticket sales, boosters, souvenirs, you know, different, all kinds of stuff. And the money's crazy. It's crazy. So therefore now they're saying that they think some people are being paid and different teams, the Cardinals, I forget what different, Louisville Cardinals, they put them out of business for the year because they had some kind of prostitution ring for the guys and all kind of stuff. I mean, it's so much money able to pay for the hose and everything. I mean, it's crazy. It's off the chain. It's off the chain.
Right.
But because they're trying to please the guys, you know. These are guys that are every day they're so-called working for free, and they're in the gym and they're practicing and playing, but the guy's getting bored. They're saying, I'm ready to go to the NBA because I'm sitting here just playing, just entertain all these people, and the coach
and
is making
paid.
The coach is making $5 million. All the different alumni people making money. There's enough money around for everybody. Okay, everybody. Whether you're even
so they're not getting paid because they're in college.
Yeah, but allegedly you can't get paid. They're saying you can't get paid as an amateur and all this stuff. But those are NCAA rules. They're not United States rules.
Right.
So therefore,
but they're saying that these guys are still finding a way to get money.
Right. That's the whole investigation is about. Because some high-profile players are tired of it, and they're like, I'm ready to go to the NBA.
Right.
Because I'm still making money for y'all. Somebody gonna give me something. My mother's down in, she's down in Tupelo, Mississippi. Poor as a church mouse, and you guys are making money off of me. I'm your star center, and I'm making all this money for the company, and my mother's driving a hoopty, and it's just amazing.
So they said they found things like that players were getting what on the books were called loans.
Yeah.
But they were technically like loans that were never paid back.
So, okay, explain to me, Papa. What is the big deal? I think I know. Why is the big deal why the amateurs can't get paid? Because they think they're going to be influenced, so to speak?
No, because that's supposed to be, their pay is supposed to be a free education.
Okay.
And then you're supposed to go out there and put forth your talent while you're getting your free. And then you got some right-wing people that will say that when the players talk about getting paid. And some people will say, well, they got nerve want to get paid. They're getting a free education. Free my ass. Really? What? Really? I mean, when you're on campus, you're living in a dormitory. I mean,
it's not like you got a luxury hotel room. Right. You're in a dorm with dorm mates.
They're not,
cafeteria food.
Yeah. So do you think things should change?
They should definitely change. Yeah. But see, what's going to happen with that, though? They're really slow to trying to change that because if you change it, they're going to pay people now based on the team they're playing on.
Really?
So because every team has a level of what can I say? The level of
what, expertise? Or
no.
What, accomplishment?
No. They just have they're higher on the food chain. They're higher on the food chain.
So it's basically a ranking thing.
A ranking as far as schools and people, just people in general, more than people. Because it's people that makes all the games interesting because different people on the team. That's why now this scandal is about some people have gotten, paid money, they're saying different people received like $43,000, somebody else received $73,000, different. And these are big time players of different teams. Dennis Smith of North Carolina, another guy of Stephen Penna.
So what's going to happen? They're going to be put out of
school? Well, right now they're investigating it. They're investigating, but it's almost becoming a regular NCAA investigation because the government doesn't want to get involved as far as the federal government.
Right.
But the federal government says they almost have to get involved because of the subsidies that the government pays to colleges. And the government's still giving colleges
that's
money.
That's why the government's involved.
Right, because they're paying them subsidies. But why is the government paying college subsidies and they're making all this money otherwise on their own? I mean, this is the thing where they're already cutting back on airlines and railroads because they're making their own money, and they say, well, they don't need that much more. We don't have to subsidize them that much anymore for airlines and railroads. And they're still giving money to the colleges to subsidize them, but they're making billions on their own. I don't even know why the government is giving the college ranks a penny.
Wow.
But then you got colleges that don't have a basketball program, where they don't make money. So it's such a catch-22 because now they don't know what to do. The NCAA is between a rock and a hard place, and what they're trying to do is that while they go to sell all this, they're trying to make sure that March Madness goes off without a damn itch next month.
I bet.
So they're trying to keep this shit under wraps. They're like, don't drop my draws until we get done with this March Madness season, and then we can go ahead and talk to the FBI and everybody else. Right now they're trying to keep it hush-hush and get the brackets out and get all this stuff out to get this March Madness out of the way. And then they can say, all right, let's talk to the government now and see what they want to do. But right now,
good luck with
they're tight.
That's amazing how money can regulate things that you do, or you can push something back, or, you know what I'm saying? Once you have money, you can do anything.
But you know what, though? I didn't mean to cut you off. When you're talking billions from college rankings like that per game.
That's a lot.
Where is the money going? And this is why corruption of prostitutes and everything else comes into play, because once people got all this internal steak and potatoes and everything like that, now they want some window dressing.
Wow.
Now they want some coochie hanging around. Now they want some whatever. Because when it comes to material stuff and getting laid and getting paid, that's all part of it.
Wow.
That's nothing, because now you just want to, show your ass.
So these players are getting to the point where they're saying, I don't really want this college life. I need to get paid. I'm getting ready to go work on going to the NBA.
They're seeing.
And the colleges are like, no, we still want you to stay at least one more year. Give us one more year.
Right.
What do I have to do to make you happy?
Right, but when they got rid of
years.
the one and done year, so you got to stay in college at least 2 years now before you leave. Used to be,
okay.
they almost got people came in for a year because you're beginning to see things as a college player. You begin to see who's making money, who got money. That's why I used to work for a company years ago, electronic company. It was called Nobody Beats the Wiz. They were in there with Circus City and all them, and they were out in New Jersey. And I went up there for my training at their headquarters in a place called Carteret, New Jersey. And when I pulled up at Carteret, New Jersey, outside of the Nobody Beats the Wiz headquarters was like 50 Infinities. And this when Infinities was a big-time car, and all these different vice presidents, they had like 50 vice presidents, and they all drove, and it was a Jewish company. And you can always tell a Jewish company because when you go through the doors there's a little Jewish emblem right there in the doorway on the wall as you go in. So anyway, after a while, they went out of business, and Circuit City outdid them, and a store called P.C. Richards outdid them because they were top-heavy with management. They were so busy paying management money that they lost their shirt. The same with Kitty City. Kitty City was the same way. I worked for Kitty City years ago as well. Kitty City was the same way.
So you guys weren't getting paid anything. Everybody was
moving great. They were top heavy with management.
Right.
And Kitty City didn't pay their bills until like January and February. Because I worked in their mailroom years ago. And all I seen was backed up bills. And all of a sudden, what's the name came along, Toys R Us, with the Jeffrey dollars and everything else. I don't know if you know about Jeffrey dollars. But Toys R Us had Jeffrey dollars, and they just took Kitty City. It was called Lionel Kitty City. And they went out of business because they were all top heavy. And this was happening now. These players are seeing these coaches and all making money.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, anytime the coach pulls up in a Bentley, you're like, what?
That would piss me off too.
Of course.
I'm out here working and slaving.
Yeah,
I hate to say that.
My body.
Right, I hate to say that. Yeah, that was hurt, but
and the kids and the coaches' children can go to school for free, and all kind of stuff is going down. The players got to play to go for free, but if you're a coach of that team, you can go. It's a mess.
But my thing is, who's learning anything?
No, because ain't nobody doing nothing.
No.
The women.
They're learning. They're learning how to beat the system.
The girls are doing the basketball players' homework. I mean, please, when you're a basketball player, women are doing your homework in high school.
And that's why, you know what? That's ironic you say that. That's why a lot of these professional ball players are going back to school.
Yeah, to get what they didn't get the first time around.
Right on. But,
all right. Well, if you want to join the conversation, give us a call. 914-803-4306. And press 1. We're going to keep the conversation going right after this quick break with the Hit It and Quit It headline on a Pajama Party show on Blog Talk Radio.
It's another Friday night at the Pajama Party show, and we're here with our PJs on because we don't allow clothes in here. If you enjoyed the Pajama Party show, why not invite a friend or tell a neighbor to tune in right now? Go ahead and text them. I'll wait. Tell them to call us right now at 914-803-4306. And if they want to join in on the conversation, tell them to press 1 so that we'll know they have something to say. We'd love to meet your neighbors, friends, and relatives, so send them a text, email them, or call them up and tell them to join us for the Pajama Party live on Blog Talk Radio. The more the merrier. Or is it Misery Loves Company? Or whichever. Tell them to call us up on 914-803-4306 if they just want to listen, or press 1 if you want to join the conversation. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party show while I try to find out who hid the belt from my robe I tell you the truth. Y'all know you're so wrong for that.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I want to host Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right. Did you guys put your 2 weeks notice in yet? Or?
Try. Keep dreaming.
I got a couple interns.
It's time for the hit it and quit it headline. I was going to say hit it and hit Poppa DD.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I got a couple interns in the hallway.
I bet you do. Well, quit it headlines. What you got for us today?
There's a sad note right now.
Uh-oh.
Prince George's County police officer was killed protecting a woman in a domestic dispute. It's kind of close to home. The PG County Police Department confirmed one of its officers was killed, stating the officer was shot while stepping in to protect a woman threatened in a domestic situation. He's a 51-year-old Corporal Majahad Ramzadini. He was a 14-year veteran of the force and a father of 4. Wow. He was on the Special Operations Division Harbor Unit. The corporal, who was off duty and was in plain clothes, said that the neighbor who requested his help for a situation with her estranged husband outside of her home on Chastity Lane. He said the officer and the neighbor were outside when they were reportedly approached by the suspect, who fired at the officer with a shotgun. Wow. The woman, she was not hurt. The suspect was 37-year-old Glenn Tyndale, and said he had 3 open warrants for his arrest for assault. Police say both Tyndale's ex-wife and estranged current wife had been had taken out the protection orders because of history of violence. And police say Tyndale took the officer's gun and then led police on a chase that concluded in the area of the Route 210 in Old Fort Road. Wow, there's a lot going on.
Wow.
And they just laid this officer, a 14-year veteran, to rest today at the Iman at Nations Mosque in Atlanta, Maryland. Wow.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah, it was. A lot going on. But unfortunately, there was some rumors. Our rumors start that he had a relationship with this woman. And, he went to go help her. He's helped her in the past, they were saying.
Yeah, nothing's been confirmed on that.
Right.
It was interesting how his father was able to grab a mic the day that one of the reporters was out there reporting the story.
Mm-hmm.
He just happened to be walking, and the reporter tried to get an interview, and whoever was with him, I don't know if that was another son of his, someone younger, a younger male was with him and said, "We don't have any comment."
Mm-hmm.
And the guy said, "Oh, no, I want to talk. Let me talk."
Oh, Lord. Okay.
So the reporter, it was a female reporter, she asked him who he was. He said he was the father of the suspect.
Okay.
And that the whole truth has not been told. And something about that this officer was, the way he phrased it, he said, there was a triangle going on.
Yep.
That was what he said.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, boy.
Here we go.
So you could see the reporter was like, okay, well, we'll come back and see if we can get an interview, and we're going to go back to the studio, because she was not trying to, go too long with that conversation.
Right.
So I don't know. I haven't heard anything else about that.
Papa, he wanted to talk, huh?
That guy's father wanted to talk.
I think the reporter was trying to get something out of him, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he was trying to talk a little more with him.
She was trying to get something out of him, but it didn't make any sense. And that same reporter, I'm going to put on the kissing list, because she was down at an incident today where they had a lady who rammed into that the Secret Service had to stop down there at
down by the White House.
Down on East Street, yeah.
Yeah.
And she ran all up in the thing, and apparently they shot out her back window or something. And the reporter, she wasn't even there when it happened, and the Secret Service said that we didn't shoot out. There was no shots fired, telling her that. so there wouldn't be no shots in the news. And the guy walking with his daughter, he was just touring D.C. for the day. He said he heard 3 shots fired. So it's just the same girl.
Telling it through.
But it's the same reporter yesterday reported on that. And she's trying to get a story out of the guy. Then she's trying to report back to the studio the little bit that the man said. I don't think the man said anything tangible enough for you to connect the dots. I don't care if you're the best journalist in the world. I don't care if you're, I don't know how old you are, but I don't care if you're Chat Huntley or David Brinkley. You can't really, put a story together unless you got something to hang your hat on.
Well, that's what I meant by what I said. I think that's when she realized that this interview was kind of going in circles.
But she was still trying to play on it, because when he went back to her later that evening, she was still trying to put it together. And first of all, any time, and we are all victims of this. Anytime somebody dies close to us, there can always be a conspiracy theory. We could blame the doctors. We could blame the family. He should have been better taken care of. She should have been better taken care of. We should have never left her with aunt such and such. We should have never left her with Uncle Cloud such and such. There's always negative conspiracy theories when somebody dies. Always. I don't care what. You try to get it out of your mind by just doing the funeral, burying the person, let them rest in peace, yada, yada. But if you want to stir up something, especially when somebody freshly dies, you can always do it. You can do it. And there's nobody in this world that sometime when somebody passes away thinks that maybe somebody that was taking care of that person couldn't have done a better job. But they keep it to themselves. But this man was just blaring out stuff at a time.
And for that reason,
and we don't know whether or not we didn't take a blood.
All I'm saying is that a good journalist would have found a way to basically kind of shut that down for the live feed. And then once the camera is no longer rolling on the live feed, now you talk to this man and say, okay, let me ask you a few questions. You tell your cameraman, keep rolling. We're going to try to get this interview, and then you let them edit and put this together in a way where it makes cohesive sense.
Well,
you don't let somebody get on your live feed rambling, sounding crazy.
And that's what he was doing.
And that's what was happening.
She was trying to create a story while he was rambling.
Exactly. She thought she was going to get some exclusive,
but
my
he was
gosh.
Rambling.
And he sounded like...
And he could have been drinking or whatever. You don't know.
Anything. I'm sure he was distressed, because no matter what, that's still his son that was killed. Even though he shot and killed an officer, that's still this man's child.
Right, but he had no right also to integrate something that has to do with a triangle.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Why would you still...
And that was at that point. She should have said, okay, well, I'm going to go back to the studio, and she needed to go cut the live feed. Now, let me talk.
But she was looking for the drama, though.
Right, exactly.
But she probably was looking for a manager in her ear, like,
in the ear.
Get the story.
And see, that's where they messed up.
Because I don't know, cause
I would have acted like I don't hear you in my ear. I'd have been, all right, back to you, Joe.
When you say a triangle and all that stuff, and you start bringing other entities into the mix like that, you need some hardened evidence. You can't just say. And also, what is he going? I mean, he's saying something that would appear to be obvious. The fact that, this girl, she had a warrant on his ass. And he's a violent guy, and it's very evident he's a violent guy because he killed somebody.
Right.
He
had 3 outstanding warrants. She had a warrant to keep him away from her.
Well, the fact that he pointed the gun at somebody and pulled the trigger, that's the number one aspect that shows where his head is and his heart is. And once that happened right there, it's a proven fact that this man was off the chain. And it had nothing to do with, and he was just, because those warrants, I tell you, that stuff is, not so much the warrant, but the protective order.
Right.
Those things to me, personally, are just so bogus, because how you going to issue a warrant to somebody and think it's going to hold water when both people that have in question, well, not the warrant, but people that had a protective order are, in most cases, going back to the same neighborhood. And the judge that issued it is going out to the damn suburbs somewhere. So how the hell are you going to protect people down below? Well, stay 50 feet away from her. Okay, well, damn, we live 100 feet away from each other. So, it's almost like, I'm not saying stuff hypothetically, but, it's almost very interesting.
I follow what you're saying.
It's so interesting how they order these things, and if the person's crazy, it's just going to make them crazier. And I don't know. It's just so sad. So sad.
Well, that's why I said I think she should not have tried to continue with that interview live like that.
Yeah, but the fact that...
As soon as he started talking triangle and all of this, and this officer was seeing this woman and all that. It was
but that
time
man,
for her to just
but the
say,
one,
okay,
the one that did the killing, he was a mess.
Yeah, well, he's deceased now. The officer's deceased.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the lady's unharmed.
The lady was unharmed.
Well,
I think she's harmed mentally. I think.
Well, she was physically
she's
unharmed.
messy.
We have to
She's
hear her
mentally.
story.
All right.
That comes out. Yep.
Yeah, that's deep. If you got any questions or comments on what we're talking about, you're welcome to call at 914-803-4306, or if you already listened to us, just press 1 on your phone. You'll be locked into the queue, and you can speak your mind. The rules is that there's no rules. Speak your mind. Freedom of speech. Let yourself be free.
Yes,
You know?
we do value the First Amendment here.
Okay.
Speak your mind. All right. Speaking of speak your mind, what you got for us, Poppa DD?
Oh, I'm up next?
Yes, you are.
Oh, goodness. All right, here we go. Here's something on who's still standing with the NRA and who's jumping out. Now, oh boy.
That's your people.
Let me tell you something about the NRA. Man, the NRA, I don't know whether they compare them to a good car salesman or whoever, but that's a deep entity. They're deep people. I tell you, we have a call. Let's take the call and we'll
and then we'll come back to the NRA.
Yeah.
Okay, caller, welcome to the Pajama Party Show. You are live on the air. Go ahead with your comment. Caller, we got you. Go right ahead. Hello.
Hello.
Mhm.
Yes, go right ahead. We hear you.
Hi, I wanted to ask a question about the gentleman that with the situation with the officer and the gentleman next door. They were saying that the officer was having a relationship with the lady next door.
That's what we've heard, but that has not been validated or verified.
Oh, okay. That was my
They live
only
next
question.
door to each other?
They live like on the same
Yes.
block or something like that. Yeah.
And he ran across the street.
I
to
think
help
they were
her.
neighbors or something. Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she had been in distress before, and he's helped her before.
Yeah, because he's a cop, so I guess she feel like she had a cop right there in the neighborhood, and which anybody would gyrate to if that was the case of anybody, probably man or woman. I don't think
You're right.
Relationship really didn't have anything to do with knowing you got a cop right across the street. But it's sad.
Yeah, I just think it's sad that both. I mean, really on both sides of the fence. Him losing his life and them having to take him out. I mean, it's just sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
All right, this is Miss Carter.
Entirely. Oh, okay.
All right, Carter.
All right.
All right, Miss Carter.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. That's the only thing I don't like. They are trained to shoot to kill, and I just don't like that. I just don't like that. They're just trained to shoot them up, bang bang, or shoot to kill. Because when they're training, they have that thing that they're shooting at, and they're shooting at the chest or the heart or whatever, not a leg or arm or anything like that. To
the head or the heart.
Right. It's just a sad situation, and both of them are gone, and the lady, she's still with us. I mean,
yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Damsel in Distress, almost like Superman and other people, that helped.
All right. Well, let's get back to the NRA now. What's going on with them?
What a group this is. NRA, all the attention from the recent mass shootings in Florida prompt the NRA to break their usual strategy of keeping quiet after mass gun deaths. NRA officials have gone on the attack to rail against the politicizing of the tragedy, and going so far as to suggest that the members of the media, they love mass shootings because of the ratings, the ratings and the support that it brings to the networks.
Oh my goodness!
So
really?
they flipped the script on that completely. The NRA partners with dozens of businesses to spread its pro-gun message and provide discounts for its members, who number 5 million, according to the group. But this week, some companies have begun to jump ship. Now, this is ironic because I really never knew these companies was involved with NRA or even why. But let me just read some of the names here. The First National Bank of Omaha.
Really?
Okay, they said Thursday it would stop issuing NRA-branded credit cards, which, your credit card has a stamp of the NRA on it.
Oh, okay.
After its contact with the groups, after their card expires, they'll give you another card with something else on the face of it. So Enterprise Holdings, which operates the rental car brands, which is Enterprise, and Enterprise owns National and Alamo. National Alamo, that's my people right there. I call them. Between National, Alamo, and your people, the airlines.
Southwest?
Southwest, yeah, those are all.
But they're not on the list, are they?
No, they're not.
Oh.
But, National, Alamo, and Southwest are all. Those are black entities, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, that was just a sidebar. National, Alamo jumped away from that. Now, to be there from the beginning, it upsets me, being the fact I've done so much business with National, Alamo, and Enterprise, which a lot of us have, and you wonder, to be connected with the NRA, and why? What are they doing?
Money.
Yeah, but see, money has significance. Money has nothing by itself. It means nothing. What are they doing with the cars? Where are the cars in association with NRA? Do they supply it for the for the parties, for the get-togethers, for the whatever?
Well, they must be offering discounts to NRA members.
Well, I think it's more or less. I think they supply the cars for their benefits and for their parties and whatever they may have. Because they have. If you're making that kind of money, I'm gonna get down to the figures here in a second. There's got to be some parties going on, and parties need cars, and party needs everything. So it's really deep. So other companies ditching the NRA include Chubb, which underwrites the NRA, Carryguard Firearm Insurance, LifeLock, all this stuff, identity theft companies. Wow, Norton Computer Software, Home Security, Home Life Security, Allied Travel, Northwest Traveler, my people, Mayflower, MetLife, yeah. All these auto companies and auto insurance companies. The following companies, however, have not indicated that they plan to sever ties with the gun rights group. Amazon's going to stay with them. Apple's going to stay with them. AT&T's going to stay with them. FedEx is going to stay with them. Google is going to stay with them. Hotel Planner. And it just goes on. It just goes to show you, which I'm telling you, boy, we cannot live this world with our eyes closed for a minute. It always seems to me that the NRA was always a great supporter of the politicians and get in their back pocket so the politicians wouldn't do anything to disrupt their flow of money, so they wouldn't, because they line their pockets big time, whether it be through campaign donations and otherwise. But just to go to show you that NRA has shot venom in all these major corporations that we deal with every day.
That's a lot.
And it just goes to show you that their power of persuasion is so deep that people are falling into that nest.
And those are heavy
crazy
hitters. You said FedEx.
Yeah.
Apple,
FedEx is still there.
Amazon.
Right.
They're still involved.
Well, involvement really means the fact that anything that NRA is putting out, they're part of it. So when it comes to sending all the shotguns and bullets and whatever they do and send, they got the carriers to do it and the rental cars to carry it and
that's foul. That's really foul.
Because I think sometimes a lot of these groups, it seems to me, and I said earlier, it seems like the NRA is almost like the Shark Tank for places, because places fall under financial situations for whatever, all these little companies, Safe Lock and all this stuff, and Norton, they got competition. I mean, look Norton's competition. They got competition with, what are some of your antivirus things out there? McAfee, right? You got the one with the little checkerboard one. What's that one on there?
So what are the numbers that you were talking about?
Yeah, the ones the numbers I'm talking about down here is the fact of the membership. In order to be a member of the NRA, and they'll take it, you send them the money, they'll send you a card, nice pretty card with your name on it, saying NRA, probably got a picture of a nice shotgun on the front of it. It costs $75 a year to join as an NRA, and you get nothing for that. You just get a card and bragging rights in the barbershop, beauty salon, wherever you hang around people. And I guess whatever places that you go to that sponsor that, like you said, discounts with Enterprise or whatever. But that $75 for membership, they have a basic total members of 5 million members.
Oh, God.
Okay? So that means they're making $375 million a year just on membership alone. Not to mention paraphernalia. Not to mention T-shirts, hats, the jackets, all the vests.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, the different, you know they sell the camouflage stuff, all the boots. They sell the little, I've seen where they sell the seat when you're hunting. There's a seat that goes in a chair. It's a chair that you hammer into the tree, and you sit up in the tree in a chair and shoot at the animals down below.
Wow. That's some sick stuff.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, I just wanted to add to that I heard on the news, I think it was either yesterday, maybe today, they were saying that the big issue right now is that people are threatening to boycott companies that support the NRA.
Wow.
And that's why it's like a snowball rolling down a hill. That's why a lot of these companies have jumped off of that bandwagon and decided, you know what, I don't need this. I want to keep my customers happy. If they're pissed off at us for being in bed with NRA, we getting out of the bed.
Right. I don't know if it would be that simple. I mean, you can get out of bed, but NRA is so deeply rooted. It's
but they don't control everything.
But it's 2018.
Majority.
Yeah, but they don't control big business. They're in bed with them, but they don't control it.
They've been in bed with them since the beginning
I tell you
of
what,
time.
nobody's going to survive if they don't have business. If people aren't putting their money up on the counter, buying their products or services, it's going down.
I don't think it's an overnight thing, not with them.
I didn't say overnight. I just said that when the customer base started threatening the boycott, that's when the action started happening.
These people are beasts. They're not falling back that easy.
We'll see what happens.
They're beasts. They're beasts.
Okay.
They're beasts.
Well, put them on the kitchen
They're
list.
beasts.
Yeah, really. I got them.
Okay.
Got them.
Well, I got one more I want to talk about before we take another break. This whole topic about arming school teachers. Is that really the answer?
That's right.
Now, we've heard a lot of conversation about that this week. Now, of course, your boy, 45, has come up with a solution that he thinks is a good idea. He says that the way to get the classroom massacres to end once and for all is to arm some of the school teachers with concealed weapons and train them to immediately fire back at a savage sicko that comes into the school with bad intentions.
And you think it's that easy?
That's what he thinks. He thinks it's that simple.
You think it's that easy?
He calls them savage sickos. Now, this is the same person who then, on the other side of his mouth, is saying stuff about, well, we got to do something about people that have mental health issues. But then you turn around and call them savage sickos, and you want the teachers to be trained and armed to fire on them immediately. Not try to find out or ascertain what's what. Just fire immediately. But the gun experts and the educators have a problem with this whole proposal. They're saying it is crazy. This one professor of health policy, David Hemingway, he's saying that this is nuts, it's crazy. He says, so what do you do about reducing airline hijacking? You going to give all the passengers guns as they get on the plane? Is that the idea behind this? And I'm like, you know what, that's interesting to put it that way, because that's basically what we're saying here. So Trump also floated some other unusual ideas, including reopening the mental asylums, along with arming the teachers, of course. And he had a meeting at the White House this week with some of the shooting survivors. He called it a listening session. And, just trying to get ideas and stuff from people who've been involved in some of these mass shootings. And, of course, he spoke this morning to the Conservative Political Action Conference, CPAC, and he doubled down again on the idea of arming school staffers, saying these teachers love their students and these teachers are talented with weaponry and with guns. He estimated that 10 to 20% of United States teachers are already gun adept. but did not provide a source for this statistic.
He never does.
Basically, he just pulled it out of his backside.
His butthole.
Yeah, really.
Hell no shiggity.
So, anyway, he went on to say, if a teacher had been armed, the teacher would have shot the hell out of this guy, correct? That's what he says.
Right.
Then he went on to tell the group, the CPAC group, that maybe a better idea is that the teachers need to get some kind of a bonus or an incentive for being armed. So I guess he wants to pay them more money. You know, it is almost laughable. I'm like, really?
Oh.
Teachers are already stressed out enough. Now you want to give them a bonus?
I know. You know what?
To carry concealed weapons?
That sounds like you finished. I'm sorry.
I mean, it just goes on and on with all the craziness of the stuff he was saying. A couple of teachers made comments, and they said, let me find this one. These were two teachers out of Virginia. She said that walking through a metal detector with armed guards does not say, welcome, we're here for you. It says, we don't trust you. Now, I disagree with her. I don't have a problem with metal detectors, but that's what one teacher said.
Right.
As far as putting metal detectors in the school. And she said having more guns in more places makes America safer. Then if that were true, we should have the lowest rate of gun violence in any developed country in the world. But the exact opposite is the case. So clearly more guns is not the answer.
Right.
But, you know, the people that are advocating for arming the teachers don't see it that way. They're saying if the teachers had guns, they could take these people out and they wouldn't have to wait on the first responders to get there.
Crazy.
But I can't even wrap my mind around why do they think this makes sense.
Well, I'm sorry. Finish.
I'm done.
Well, first of all, the teachers have more than enough to have to worry about. They got to deal with the damn students. They got to discipline some of the damn students, but they can. They're more or less babysitters for these students. They're trying to teach these students. Who has time to do that?
There you go.
To get the training, one, and then to try to shoot whatever crazy person, they don't have time to worry about that. It's almost like my sister, she was a dentist in a correction facility. And they were getting ready to train her to use a gun. She said, oh, no, I got to go home. Somebody's sick at home. Nope, I got to go. This ain't working.
Yeah.
And, you know, she already got to worry about pulling teeth and doing this. I mean, come on now, really? Now I got to carry a gun? Like if the prison system had shut down, she had to, you know, be the first on the line.
See, that's ridiculous to me.
Yes.
You're a trained medical professional.
Right.
If a prisoner gets ready to do something stupid, if I can't Novocaine him, I don't know what you expect me to do.
Well, now. But then,
I'm not trying to have a gun.
Then I was going to say another solution could be in these schools, who's going to pay for it, I'm not sure yet, but they could have one trained officer in that school. It could be somebody that was a special force police officer, retired officer, but they know how to deal with a situation like that, and they would have a particular protocol. So you would train those people. You know, if it's just one or two people in that particular school, depending on how many students in the school, how big the school is, and so on. So you would have somebody there school hours, you know, because that's when most shootings happen, school hours, because they want to get massive people.
That's true.
Right. So,
well, here's something another expert said. He said that to expect a teacher to be able to shoot down an attacker and not accidentally injure anybody else is unrealistic. And then the other teacher out of Virginia said, to be trained is not just about shooting. Your heart is beating like crazy, your adrenaline is all over your body, and then you have to try to make a wise decision about what to do in a split second.
Right, and that's why that guy was hiding we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
That's why. I really believe that, but...
Now, I saw one of the schools they showed, I'm not sure where it was, but this school, I don't know where they got the money, but they got some money and got a system set up where they have doors the doors in their classroom,
shut.
they can hit a button anytime something goes down. They can hit a button in the classroom, the teacher can, that will lock those doors, and those doors are not going to open until that teacher hits that button or something happens on a main switch or whatever. But those doors locked, and the glass is bulletproof.
That's a good.
So if anybody comes down that hallway wanting to just shoot randomly, once that door locks, it's not going to harm those kids in there.
That's a good idea. And they should have the metal detectors in every school.
And they had closed circuit cameras in all the classrooms and stuff. They had some kind of smoke that would go out into the hallways that could come out of the vents. So if you had an active shooter trying to run down a hallway, whoever's in the main control room could hit a switch and flood that hallway with some kind of gas. That it wasn't like a poisonous gas. It was just enough to make you disoriented.
Gotcha.
So the whole hallway is like covered and filled in smoke. So that unless it's a student who knows the building, if this is somebody who really doesn't know the lay of the building, they would be kind of turned around and can't figure out where to go. But on the camera, they can still see where the person is. So they had their system all figured out. Yeah, I don't know what it costs, but I think they need to try to replicate that model.
Right, and
arming teachers with guns, I don't think that's the answer.
I don't either. And I did see something on the internet. It was a black teen. He created something that you could lock the door and kind of seal the door or something. I wish I remember what the device was, but I said, very ingenious. I said, interesting.
See, I think there's a lot of good solutions out here, but nobody's listening to the people who have the answers.
Right.
Only the people that are coming up with idiot ideas are the ones talking loud in the mic, and they're coming up with all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, but everything involves a gun.
Yeah.
You know, how you? It's like tit for tat. You know, you can't have these shootings and then your solution is to shoot them back. Come on now. It doesn't make sense. It should be some.
And see, here's the other part of that concerns me. When you have a gun in a classroom, don't you think these kids are smart enough to figure out how to get to it?
Yeah.
You know, because you're supposed to keep the gun separate from the ammunition, and it's supposed to be locked up or whatever.
Right.
I'd be more concerned about these kids are pretty smart.
I agree.
And if they figure out where that gun is, let these kids get in a fight one day and decide, you want to pick a fight with me?
Yep.
I'm going to go get the teacher's gun.
Right.
And now you got them going in there breaking into the cabinet or whatever. And next thing you know, now some kid gets shot with the teacher's gun.
You're right.
Now, did that solve anything? No.
No. Okay. Well, if you guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press what?
Press 1 to get in the queue.
All right. We'll be right back with Poppa DD and What's Poppin'.
Hey, this is Redwine, just doing a few promos for the Pajama Party Adult Online Radio Talk Show. You know how we do it. PJs only. No clothes allowed. And I was just trying to get this done.
Hey, Redwine, are you talking about the Pajama Party? Where we talk about hot topics, movie reviews, living for the city, and what's popping with me, Poppa DD.
I know you guys aren't doing this spot without me. Ketel with the yellow top. Did you tell everybody that they can reach us at apajamaparty.com or call us live, 914-803-4306. Check us out on Twitter. And don't forget to tip the list.
Okay, now is the time for me to sing?
No. We don't have time for all that.
Oh, she could sing. Let's get back to the show.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
She's back in the pantry of the studio making a ruckus of noise.
She's back there with the bartender trying to get hooked up. And Redwine. Thank you very much.
And Redwine.
As if you forgot, bonsoir.
Both of y'all days are numbered. So.
Whatever.
All right.
Speaking of numbered, your number is up. What's popping tonight?
What's popping? I've been overhearing you guys talking about teachers and all this stuff and all this jazz. let me just put a cap on this, and after this segment, we're gonna lay this to rest. Cause when I get done with this, y'all gonna be like, damn.
All right, what you got?
Yeah, come on with it.
All right, peep this here. The one thing people don't realize, Wednesday morning, wasn't in the news because I guess wasn't no video, and nowadays if it's no video, I guess people don't really think news is just to report news without video. I think the newsrooms really make a big decision. If there's no video, sometimes they only report it. But I would say about 8 o'clock in the a.m. happened on Bladensburg Avenue, right there there's a liquor store and there's a tire place on the corner, Bladensburg and South Dakota, right there on the corner. But a little further down the street on Bladensburg, on the cross street from the liquor store, right past the tire place, heading toward New York Avenue if you was going that direction. All right, now a truck went by, and it grabbed a tree that was leaning over a little too far. It was a real offset truck, like a junk truck. It was a big 18 rig size. It grabbed the tree with one of its little posts hanging out of the truck. It was just weird. And the tree ran into a telephone pole, and the telephone pole had two utility conductors on it, and they both fell down to the street to Bladensburg, and they fell just on one side of the street. And once those two cylinders hit the street, they both exploded. I mean, like exploded with powder and dust. And I was in the tire place, and the tire guy just came out to look at my tire, to look at a nail in my tire. And we both heard the explosion. We both went running in the room because I thought somebody was shooting. I didn't know what was happening. Everybody around and the bus stop and everywhere started running in the whole area. Now, I'm saying all that to say this. The one thing that hits you when there's something adverse that happens is anxiety. Okay? Now, we all handle anxiety different. Now, teachers got enough damn anxiety from your damn children. Okay? Let alone anything else. Now, Trump is talking like these teachers' names is Dark Gable, Wyatt Earp, Gunsmoke, Gunslinger. Like they just got it all together. Hell, the guy that was supposed to represent the school that got shut up, he didn't take his ass in there because his anxiety was overwhelming. So what makes you think a teacher's going to do anything? And when these people come in and shoot these schools up, which is something we need to stop, that's what we need to stop, is that. Because these people get on social media and they show off before they do their thing. They're all on there showing this, showing that, and the kids know. Those kids knew that guy was showing off before that happened. They showed it and they said the FBI dropped the ball. Well, stop dropping the damn ball. Anytime a child is on the internet showing guns, we need to raid their house. Hell, you raid my house for some fucking marijuana, excuse my language. You come and get me for some cocaine, for some crack. Go get them little 17-year-olds when they on the internet shooting guns. Even the guy that shut up the church, he was on the internet with guns and Confederate flags and things like that. The one that shot up the church in South Carolina. They all brag about what they're going to do before they do it. It's a pattern. Because, hell, they crazy as hell from the beginning. The first thing they need is the attention they're not getting in the school. And this guy had been kicked out of school. Hell, he was a derelict, you know? But the sad part about life and the sad part about reality, as long as you got that white skin, well, maybe you really didn't. You know, there's always an alibi, always an excuse, always take them in. Now, how's a guy kill 17 people and get taken in? How's a guy shoot 9 people in South Carolina in church and gets to get taken in? But people get shot unarmed all the time. I don't get that. That's a whole other story. I'm not even going to elaborate on that. But all I'm saying is that this situation with this teacher thing, Trump should be ashamed of himself to put anybody's mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, niece, nephew, cousin that just happened to be a teacher, and all of a sudden you're going to turn them into a damn gunslinger and tell you we're going to give you a bonus because you carrying a gun Well, the guy that came in to kill the kids, they come in with 5 guns and a bag full of ammunition. And you're going to compete against that with your little 9 bullets inside your little chamber? And what you going to do, step out in the hallway and challenge his ass? When that guy starts shooting, oh my goodness, everybody's running for cover. That's human nature. Now, maybe you are Annie Oakley. Who the fuck? I don't know. Maybe you are Annie Oakley, or maybe you are a descendant of Annie Oakley. So you might have that little, let me go out there and handle this instinct about you. But I doubt it. I doubt it. And like I said again, Trump should be a damn shame of himself on national TV as a president of the United States saying, well, we should give guns to the teacher and give them bonus. Give me a break. When somebody started, like I said, on Blainsburg Avenue, when that utility pole fell and those 2 cylinders hit the ground, it sounded like 2 explosions. Scared the hell out of me. I didn't know whether people were shooting. I didn't know what was happening until it finally cleared up, and I said, wow. And if anybody was walking down Blainsburg at the time, they would have been destroyed. Thank goodness there was no cars and no people and nobody got hurt. But all I'm saying, the fact that we cannot take the aspect of anxiety out of the game. When them people get in them schools and they start shooting and you start hearing them shots, you're going to run for cover. You're going to run for cover. I don't give a damn what you think. Sure, you got a gun. You protect yourself when he comes to your environment, but I don't think no damn teacher's going to go looking for his ass. Do you think they're going to go looking for him?
I don't know.
Oh, he's on the 3rd floor. I think he's on the 3rd floor. Oh, yeah, go. You got the gun, Mrs. Johnson. He's on the 3rd floor. Mrs. Johnson, hey.
Yeah, and I'm staying on the 1st floor.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm just, in closing, I'm just saying, with all the rhetoric that goes on, because I'm a person that don't like a lot of rhetoric. You know what I mean? I like to nip rhetoric in the bud. And Trump is grandstanding, saying all these things, and he got people believing him. Then I saw a teacher. She's up in Arkansas somewhere, and she's got her little blonde hair turned to the side. We're little hipsters, and she's talking like she's all sexy and pretty. Yes, I carry a gun every day. I carry my gun. I carry my gun. I carry my gun. I'm like, bitch, please, you ain't gonna shoot shit. When somebody start coming in shooting, you're gonna be running for cover like anybody else. So.
All righty then.
Hey.
Forget about it. It's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. Let's just stop the shooters before they shoot. When they're on the social network, shut them down.
All right. Nip it. Okay.
All right.
Well, let's see.
You okay?
All right. Let's see what we got. Black History Moment?
Yeah, I guess I'm on, huh?
All right.
On like popcorn.
Yep. Who do we have tonight in the Black History Moment?
We're going to meet Melissa Harville LeBron. She is the first black woman to own a NASCAR team. Okay.
What?
That's what I said.
Stop the madness.
CEO and founder of E2 Northeast Motorsports, Melissa Harville LeBron, has successfully signed a deal with NASCAR, making her the first black woman to own a NASCAR team. Ms. LeBron never imagined that her entrepreneurial pursuits and ambitions would lead her to make history as the first black woman to own a race team licensed by NASCAR. That's pretty impressive.
Black anything.
She's 47 years old, single mother of 3, raising 3 boys, and also her siblings 4 kids. She started her career in the entertainment industry as an intern at Sony Music. Then in 2005, she launched her own music label while working for New York City's Department of Correction office. Then she launched a multifaceted entertainment company, WM Stone Enterprises, Incorporated, in 2014. She goes on to say, I got invited to a NASCAR experience, and I brought my boys along thinking that it would discourage them from driving. And he said they were driving 149, 150 miles an hour, and they loved it. So seeing the passion and joy that her sons had for racing compelled LeBron to want to help them follow their heart. So there were little to no drivers of color, let alone an owner. That motivated her all the more to fill the gap. That's when she created the E2 Northeast Motorsports under the umbrella of the W.M. Stone Enterprises Incorporated. The E2 Northeast Motorsports team became the first multicultural team to race competitively in NASCAR with 4 black and Latino drivers.
What?
Yep.
She is doing the thing.
Doing the damn thing. Besides making history, LeBron celebrated another victory on February 16th when her team ran its first official race in the Camping World Truck Series in Daytona.
Go ahead, girl.
That's what I'm talking about. So, yep.
That is awesome.
She said she got a couple of white folks on there too. So I mean, you know.
It's multicultural.
But she said multicultural, yeah.
I'm not mad at her.
That's nice. So, yep. She says, all too often our children see negative images.
Okay.
She says they see negative images of our culture, and I think it's very important for people of our culture actually succeeding in business. So,
excellent. And what's her name again?
Her name is Melissa Harville LeBron.
Okay, so y'all go look her up.
Yeah. Yep.
That's excellent.
Yeah,
because I never paid NASCAR any mind because it's not very, how do I say it? Because it's so white. I just figured they don't want us up in there.
Well, it says a footnote in the Daytona 500 last weekend. One of the few black men in the NASCAR division came in second place.
Oh, very good.
So his name is not on my tongue right now, but he's second place.
All right.
We don't keep
that's one spot away from winning.
I know that's right. Okay.
All right. Well, let's slide over to the weird news.
Gonna lighten it up a little bit?
Gonna lighten it up a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Who's up first on the weird news tonight?
KFC.
KFC.
Yeah.
All right. What you got for us? Poppa DD. No, we just gonna make you actually do some work.
You know what? Okay. All right, KFC apologized for chicken shortage with a hilarious hidden message.
Really?
All right, the fast food chain used a full-page ad in Britain's newspaper to apologize for shutting down hundreds of restaurants this week because they ran out of chicken.
Come on.
All right?
Really?
The bright red advertisement showed an empty bucket with a chained initial scrambled to say FCK on FCK on it instead of KFC. Yeah. So somebody must have sabotaged the whole situation. Okay, a chicken restaurant without any chicken is not ideal. Huge apologies to our customers, especially those who travel out of their way to find that we were closed, the ad said. Okay, as many as 800 out of about 900 KFC locations were closed on Monday due to logistic snafu. By Friday, the majority of the stores had reopened. It's been a hell of a week, but we're making progress. And every day more fresh chickens are being delivered to our restaurants. Thank you for bearing with us, the ad said.
Oh, God.
The problem was caused by an error with their new delivery provider, which is DHL.
Oh.
Okay? So they were not blaming DHL. All right?
No, we're not blaming but it was your fault.
And they said the FCK cheeky ad was well received. The UK is Kentucky Fried Chicken's largest market in Europe and one of its top 5 global.
Wow.
So franchises operate like 95% of KFC outlets in the country. And the company said Monday that it would pay its staff as normal.
Good.
And even though they weren't open that day, they'll pay them as if they were.
Cool. So it was just that one day that they were closed?
Yeah, it looks like. But
well, they said they were still
one
trying
day
to get all of the other places open throughout the week.
Wow.
So they were all closed Monday. And then throughout the week,
800 out of 900 stores.
Look, you better not mess with no black folks in
But
their
how
chicken.
is DHL delivering chicken? What is that about?
Well, you got to ship it from somewhere.
Yeah.
No, but who? Well, they just a delivery company.
Yeah,
So
It's in the ordering process. Or
I guess.
they ordered, they got delayed. Maybe some bridge fell or something. They couldn't go over their
I
bridge.
don't know.
I don't know.
But I thought that ad was kind of funny. They scrambled that thing and put on there FCK. Like,
So
yeah,
who
we
did
asked.
it? KFC?
Yeah, they did it.
Oh.
They called it a cheeky ad. You know, in the UK, their sense of humor is kind of different.
You know what?
from
That's going to
here.
catch on. Why should they create some daggone chicken out of that?
Or start doing T-shirts that just say FCK
Uh-huh.
with that bucket.
Yeah.
All right, I got one about this. This old man got caught.
Uh-oh.
A word of advice: before you report a crime to the police, make sure you are not implicating yourself. Unless you're a 90-year-old Nicholas Salimo, then you really just don't give a F. The Massachusetts 90-year-old contacted police to report that perhaps the 48-year-old Karen Proya had stolen from him, according to Cape Cod Times. Salimo said he noticed a necklace was missing after Proya used the bathroom in his home. The good news is that police were able to locate the necklace, which had apparently been pawned. The bad news for Salimo is that he also was arrested for soliciting the prostitute, Miss Proya, according to Cape Cod Times. Law enforcement said he allegedly paid Proya $100 to perform an unmentionable act.
That's all.
But when you're pushing 100, a police arrest apparently is not enough to faze you. When being told that he would face charges, Salimo reportedly said, "I don't give a beep. I'm 90 years old," according to court documents. Salimo and Proya reportedly pleaded not guilty at their arraignments early this week. He isn't the only senior to get caught red-handed. We've had reports of people in their 70s and older making mischief by vandalizing with graffiti, engaging in prostitution, and even transporting drugs. Just goes to show you that you're never too old to behave badly.
Okay.
And he gonna cuss out the cops and tell them, "I don't give a F."
That's interesting.
He said, "Lock me up. This hooker stole my necklace."
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
He didn't tell me.
He said, "As long as you gonna lock her up too."
It must have been in somewhere in the Midwest. He only gave her $100. Lord have mercy.
Lord, this was up north somewhere, Massachusetts.
When a hooker rips you off, boy, that's pretty wicked.
But he need to put that stuff in the safe or put that underneath the bed or something.
I guess he's doing good to be 90 and he's still buying hookers.
Okay.
Having Sam Cooke, he got hooked up.
Anyway,
I got German police rescue men tangled up with a mannequin and toy car in Berlin. Okay. Police in Western Germany have freed two men who became entangled with a mannequin and a large remote control car. Officers... You okay over there, man? What? All right, let me get this story. Officers were called after crises were heard. We're going to put you out real wide. You banished.
okay.
Oh, can I finish the story? Woo! Officers were called after crises were heard from an apartment in the city of Mainz in the early hours of last Saturday. Police found the 58-year-old tenant and the 61-year-old visitor hopelessly locked together with a toy car and the mannequin, which was dressed in a royal night costume. Are you serious? What is going on? All right, let me finish this. Officers were able to free the men who were too drunk to explain how their unfortunate predicament had come about. According to the police statement, the whole thing would have remained a funny episode, but the 58-year-old man was more than impolite and now faces a charge of insulting the officer. They were going to let it go, but he want to be all indignant and everything. I mean, come on, man. I've never heard of anything like that. German men tangled up with a mannequin and a toy car. That's almost bad as the daggone gerbils. Remember, Papa?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord. Come on, y'all.
Why did they dress the mannequin up like a royal knight?
Oh, God.
They had some freaky mess going on up there.
Killing me with this freaky deek stuff. Lord have mercy. Y'all need to go get some help in Germany.
Ooh-wee.
Woo, okay. All right. You guys got any questions or comments with these crazy stories we talking about?
Oh, my God.
You got a crazy one, give us a call, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 to get in the queue. Maybe Redwine will calm down. We need to take a little CC break. Redwine need to calm down.
Oh, it's too funny. We'll be right back with, I'm just saying, with Redwine.
It's the Friday night adult talk show, The Pajama Party, on Blog Talk Radio, produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Visit us online at www.apajamaparty.com. Click the banner and you can join us online, or call us right now at 914-803-4306. The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the Pajama Party crew and you. So pick up the phone and call us now, 914-803-4306, and tell us what's on your mind. There's a big fluffy pillow reserved up front just for you at the Pajama Party. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Pass it on. Now let's get back to the Pajama Party crew and more of the Pajama Party. That better not be my robe.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm Poppa DD here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
I'm Bonsoir.
You sure you, Papa? He's trying to figure out who he was right now. Okay.
Woo, well, let's see. This is the Pajama Party show. And this is Redwine, and I'm about to go into my segment called I'm Just Saying.
Come on with it.
Well, today, let's see, what was I saying? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still laughing about that weird news. I always hear people saying that we should patronize neighborhood businesses, right? So today I tried to do that. And all I'm saying is, can a customer get some service? Now, I went into a foreign-owned establishment in my neighborhood to get a service done, okay? So basically I was trying to get my nails done. So I walked in, took a few moments before I was even greeted. They didn't ask me what I wanted, anything. Then the employees looked like they were having some kind of loud discussion. It sounded more like an argument in their native language, which was uncomfortable to witness. And I'm not going to try to imitate them, but they were just going back and forth.
Please do.
No, I'm not going to do that. I think it's rude. I'm not going to do that. But the lady who walked in front of me, she's standing there confused. I'm confused. These two women who work there, they're going back and forth like a ping pong match, getting louder and louder. So me and the other customer were kind of confused and unsure about what to do. So finally the woman behind the counter told the lady who came in front of me to have a seat at table 1. And she spoke kind of abruptly to her. She was like, "How?" So the lady was like, okay. So she went on over there to table 1, and I'm still standing here trying to figure out, okay, I guess she's going to get to me next. I'm feeling totally unwelcome. The lady who was still like kind of arguing, she started up again. Now they're going in the round 2. And they're going yak, 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 back and forth. So now I'm still standing here. I'm still trying to figure out, do I really want to be here or should I just leave? So finally the lady at the counter walks over to me and she says, "You pick your color." And then she walks away. So I'm looking around like, pick my color from what? There's nothing in front of me, so I don't know if she wants me to just walk through the salon or what I'm supposed to do. So I take a phone call, and I'm waiting. I get off the phone, and I say to her, where am I supposed to select the color? She just pointed, like over her shoulder behind her. So I walked over there. I look. I select the color. I come back to the counter. Nobody's there. So now I'm thinking again, why am I still here? I really want to get this done, but these people are acting like they don't really want my business. So I'm contemplating all this. Another lady comes up to the counter, And I said, excuse me, I selected my color. She's looking at me like, I don't know what you're talking about, because it was a different person. And she said, I have an appointment in a few minutes. And I don't know what that has to do with me. I didn't ask her to do my nails. I just was saying I selected my color. I did what I was asked to do. Bottom line, I said to her, okay, you know what? You all look like you're busy. I'll come another time. I'll come back another time. And she just looked at me, so I walked out. So I'm sitting in my car thinking, what the heck just happened? Do they not understand that customers need to have service? I've never been treated like that in this salon or any other. So I think, all right, I'll try another neighborhood salon. So I drive to that one. And I could have gone to the one that I normally would go to, but it's not right in the neighborhood. So I'm going to try another neighborhood salon. I get over there, and there's a lady sitting there like she's waiting for something. I don't know what she was waiting for, but the lights were like half on. Everybody's busy working with a customer. Nobody spoke to me. I'm standing at the counter again, and they kind of looked up at me and then ignored me. So I'm standing there thinking, okay, the person who's going to come to the counter must be doing something, and they're going to be here in a moment. I stood there for a few more moments. Nobody came. I'm like, what's up? Can a customer get some service? What's the problem? I decided, you know what, this is not working for me today. It must be a sign. I need to keep my money in my wallet. I turned around and walked out. And those people never blinked, didn't move, never said hello, we'll be right with you. They didn't have anything to say. So I said, all right, I'm going home. I could just keep my money in my pocket. I don't know what the issue was today. But the point is, if you have a business, you need to acknowledge your customers when they come in. If you're busy and you can't get to them right away, then just say, hi, good morning, good afternoon. Somebody will be right with you. We're a little bit backed up. If you can wait about 5 or 10 minutes, somebody can get to you. Say something. Don't act like people are invisible. You know, you're not doing me a favor. I'm doing you a favor by patronizing your business. So that's all I'm saying is, like, you know, you don't treat people like they're invisible. I stood up there thinking to myself, now, I could stand here and wait, continue to feel invisible or humiliated, or I can take my money and go home and go to the place outside of my neighborhood that knows how to treat me when I walk in there. It may be a little further, but I'm going to get what I need. So all I'm saying is businesses need to treat people like they know what's up, because folk don't have to patronize you.
Sure, Redwine. I'm gonna say on that last note, if you see something or see someone, say something.
Exactly.
I dig it.
Is it that hard?
No, that's it. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. What you got, Pop? You living tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to cradle on the back of that with living for the city.
Okay.
You know, I think that what we as people of color need to realize and understand, and we probably do, and we do, is the fact that people deep down inside don't give a damn about us, you know. And when I say don't give a damn, I'm not saying that in such an empty aspect. I'm just saying that as a realistic aspect, okay? Don't go in expecting anything. These people are from Vietnam. They're from South Korea. They've lived a lot more different lives than you lived. A lot of them are beginning to break off and get their own salons. And business is booming, so therefore they're taking their customers to another place. And it's at the point now where if a person does a good job on somebody, all you need nowadays is a clientele. Whether you're a barber or whatever, you can have a shack somewhere. As long as you got your clientele will follow you. And this is what's happening amongst them. And there's separations, like I said. They have Vietnamese, South Vietnamese, North Vietnamese, North Vietnam, North Korea, South Korean people there. You have to look at the aspect of the people in the room. They're not Americans. So for you to talk with an American flavor and expect them to do American stuff, that's not going to happen. That's so far from not happening. They do things based on things, but when they get into their little zones where, like you said, when you went in a room saying they were arguing with each other, of course they're arguing because things are going on with them. There's money being made every day, a lot of money. especially if you went there on a Friday or Thursday. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, their biggest day. They only close on Sunday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they're making money, you know, and they already got their clientele. And most of their clientele has an appointment. When you came in here, you were like a stud that walked in there looking for someone to serve you. And they had an appointment probably for somebody. You walk there at 9:30 and they got a 10 o'clock person, and they run late on their 9 o'clock person, and you're not even on the books. Then, you know, you're not even existing as far as they're concerned. It's nothing to really take personal. I'm not saying for your situation in particular. But this is what's happening here. These are foreign entities in America just making a living with cash money. Every day. They make cash money. They're not worrying about the logistics, the customer service. They didn't read the handbook on how to treat people. That's not their thing. All they did is do your nail. Hell, they smelling all that. I walk in there, that smell. Hell, they half high every day smelling that crap. You ever walk in the salon and smell this? What is that? What is that smell?
That's the glue, I think.
Glue, right. So they're high as hell from the beginning. When you walk in there, they fucked up. So now they're trying to, you know, but I'm making jokes. But I'm saying in all actuality, I think that as Americans, as good Americans, raised by good parents and good family, we have to understand that being raised under the goodness umbrella is very rare. Very, very rare. If you were raised by good people, good parenting, and good upbringing, then you're lucky. You actually hold the guide iron. You can't expect the guide iron to be held by them. You hold the guide iron, and like you did today, to walk out. But my suggestion to you is to walk out sooner in the future. As soon as you smell bad blood, as soon as you see, you only have to wait for the logistics to not fall in place. As soon as you walk in there and they start talking that Ho Chi Minh and, you know, all so they call them, I am the Wiggum, they call me the Waggum, whatever they're saying. When you go in there and you ain't understand what the hell they're saying, at this point they're in their own particular seance. They're playing their own Ouija board. You know what I mean? They're pushing their own Ouija board over and doing their own seance, and they ain't got nothing to do with black folks. Black folks ain't got what is there to supply them with money to get through their day. As soon as they come, you want to do, and they got the routine. Go pick a color. Have a pico. So I get thing over there. Put the hand under the dryer. You put it on your feet to walk out the door. Poppa DD, that's all you hear is the routine. There's no customer service. There's no personal service. You know, they wash your feet. And plus, I don't even get my feet scrubbed no more. Hell, they try to scrub the damn skin off it. I said, I may be a man, but my feet are beautiful. They're soft. They're nice. You rub my shit like I'm a chimpanzee. I told her, whoa. Oh, you man my ass. You rub me too hard. Then they cut my nails down too short. I mean, man, I left out of there one time getting a pedicure, and my feet were, oh, my God. They cut my nails too low, rubbed my feet too hard. It took me 3 days to get my damn feet back. It was amazing. The pedicures are vicious. Oh, no. But anyway, that's all I got to say on that. Redwine, I'm sorry you had the experience, but they're not Americans. So stop putting the American hat on their ass.
Stop messing with the neighborhood.
Well, it's not about the hood. It's not about the hood. You can go to the best place you think. They just got the routine down better. They got the bullshit down better. But don't be fooled, Redwine. Spend your money accordingly. It's not about geographic distance. It's about how they're treating you when you first walk in that door.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's go to Hollywood because we're running out of time.
Now you're playing me off. Okay.
No, I'm just saying because I got what you said.
Okay. No, I'm playing. Go ahead.
Anyway, let's go to the West Coast.
All righty. Hello.
Okay. What you got for us tonight, Cal?
A little sipper here.
Yeah. I know. I'm sorry. We pushed the time so long.
That's all right. That's all right.
Well, you spent all the time on them damn Vietnamese anyway. Go ahead.
That's another chapter. I ain't messing with y'all. Put you on the kiss of this pop. I get him. We're going to say happy birthday to Sidney Poitier, February 20th. He turned 91. 91. Everybody knows that he made history in 64 when he became the first black performer to win an Academy Award for Best Actor for Lilies of the Field.
Yeah.
That should have been a trivia question, but I'm quite sure you knew, Poppy.
He
was born in Nassau, Bahamas. Never knew.
Okay.
Your boy R. Kelly. That's my mom's boy. She loves R. Kelly. He's in the news. He's about to get evicted from 2 mansions he is renting from.
Uh-oh.
He's a verge of losing a Georgia mansion. His rent was $11,000 $542 a month.
What?
He's behind $23,084.90, plus the fees, the late fees. He owes another $2,400. So he's in the red almost $2,600, $26,000. I'm sorry. Two places. They said since his allegations of the abuse, the sexual cult, and everything, that his funds have kind of diminished somewhat. Those rumors on that,
about
but
him keeping girls hostage. Or something?
Right. But he was never charged with anything. So, yep. So we'll see. But then check this out. Back in December, Kelly claimed both of his Atlanta homes had been broken into.
How convenient.
With an associate taking many items, including furniture, TVs, and his washer and dryer.
Really?
But when they brought the eviction notice to the house, no one was there. It seemed like it was kind of vacant. Okay. Anyway.
How convenient.
We have a case of someone taking someone else's movie here. The Shape of Water. The suit filed right before the Oscars. A gentleman by the name of David Zendel is alleging the creators behind The Shape of Water movie, plagiarized the play Let Me Hear You Whisper, which was written by his late father, Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright Paul Zendel. According to the suit in 1969, the play tells the story of a lonely janitorial cleaning woman who works the graveyard shift at a scientific laboratory factory that performs animal experiments for military use. Really?
It sounds like The Shape of Water.
It sure does. She becomes fascinated by a fantastic, intelligent aqua creature held captive in a glass tank. This is the play. So The Shape of Water stars Sally Hawkins and Octavia Spencer in this Fox Searchlight cause in otherworldly fable set against the backdrop of the Cold War era in 1962. So in the hidden high-security government laboratory where she works, lonely Elisa is trapped in a life of isolation. And it goes on to say it's basically the same thing as the play.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Right, so they're saying that they have 60, his son is saying he has 60 similarities between the film and his father's play. So the director, his name is Del Toro. He directed that and wrote that. That's what he says.
The movie?
Yes, the movie.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and he claimed he has never seen the play. Yeah. You may not have seen it, but you probably read about it.
Well, somebody told you about it, because that's just too ironic.
See what I'm saying?
That all of those similarities.
Right. Check this out. The creation story of Flaming Hot Cheetos is becoming a movie. The biopic will be centered on the snacks inventor and former Frito-Lay janitor, Richard Martinez. He created the Hot Cheetos, which Burger King side dishes and Thanksgiving turkey recipes uses. It's going to be Fox Searchlight. They have signed on to produce Flaming Hot. It's a biopic about Richard Martinez, the former Frito-Lay janitor who invented Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Okay.
That's what I said. Okay. Yep.
I thought you were going to tell me they were doing something on Chester Cheeto.
No. They're going to do a film on him. I mean, he said it was like an accident that it happened, how it was created. So I was like, wow, go ahead, man.
That cat is cool as hell, ain't
Yeah. I would be more interested in Chester. But that's okay.
Chester the cat?
Yeah.
Oh, does the Cheetos?
Yeah.
Okay. And unfortunately, we lost two folks. Remember Nanette Fabre? She started her career in vaudeville in the 40s and the 50s. And she won some Tony Awards. And she was with Sid Caesar, his comic hour. And then later on, in 79 to 84, she played the grandma on One Day at a Time.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, she passed away recently. So.
Okay.
And also Billy Graham. Billy Graham, the evangelist.
Oh yeah, he was 99.
Yeah. His let me see. His real name was William Franklin Graham Jr.
Oh, okay.
He was
all right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we got to hurry up and get this kiss it list in. Papa, what's the kiss it list?
Do we have one? Let's see. List that you
you're
guys
on.
like to get me on. The people that showed their butt over the last week or so and did foul things.
Well, we got Donald Trump for talking about he wants to give teachers guns.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And all of the stuff he tweeted. Oh, about that other tweet he had, too, about saying Oprah was insecure and all this. All the crap.
How did Oprah get in his mouth?
Who knows?
Lord,
but for all of the crap he tweeted this week, he's on the list.
Okay. Let me see. Number 1, I had Poppa DD. Okay.
Yeah.
Scratch him out.
Yeah.
Scott Peterson, the police officer.
Oh, yeah, for hiding.
Right. The reporter.
Oh, the reporter that was listening to the father go on about the triangle.
Okay.
About that killing of the cop in PG County.
Redwine for supporting the Vietcong.
Don't even try. I walked out.
NRA, of course.
Yeah, the NRA.
And, of course, KFC. Come on.
Yeah, and KFC.
Chicken? No chicken.
Running out of chicken in the UK. All right, we got something just for them.
Redwine.
And here it is.
My entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh. You can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama. Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm laughing so much because I tell you, Redwine and Ketel's days are numbered here. Anyway.
What's your last word? Because this might be your last word.
All right.
My last word is, ladies out there, please do your own nails. Stop going to the Vietcong and the Koreans to do your stuff, okay? Stop going to the Koreans and the Vietcong to do your nails. Do your own nails.
Okay, and my last word is, I do not think teachers need to be armed. I think they need to just make the buildings secure. Let's look at those kind of solutions. Over to you, Ketel.
I was going to give them a bonus.
My last word, thanks for our old listeners, new listeners, and future listeners. We appreciate our callers tonight, Miss Carter. We appreciate you supporting us. A Pajama Party, you can catch us online, apajamaparty.com. You can hit us up every Friday night, and we can tell you some shiggity.
9:15 CP time.
Don't start with that time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm out.
All right, well, we're getting ready to start the after show.
Yeah.
Catch y'all next Friday night, 9 o'clock. We're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party.